everybody. Hello. So, I know a lot of people have been dealing with insomnia. Insomnia. This is the card of insomnia, the card of anxiety, the card of nightmares, and with our astrological aspects right now, it is insane, right? This morning, in fact, we had the moon conjunct the North Node. Now, for those of you that don't know astrology, this is very, very intense for life changes. So the moon is your emotional body, okay? It represents your emotional body. And that moon actually conjuncted where you're going, your life purpose, where you're going in life, where your soul wants to go. It conjuncted that North Node of where you're going, right? So depending on which house it's in for you is very telling on how it affected you, all right? So I know it affected me tremendously in the house that it's in. I saw it coming, and man, it came. So yeah, let's talk about insomnia. And I want to give you my tips, my 10 top tips for how I go to sleep at night, because it's very rare that I deal with insomnia because of my techniques, right? You guys know, a lot of you, that I'm a light worker. I have a background in psychology and counseling as well as communication. I also have a background in massage therapy, Reiki, amongst other things like hypnosis. So I have a lot of techniques, and because of my techniques, I don't have any problems going to bed at night. And I've been hearing a lot of my light workers in my Vibe Tribe community talk recently about insomnia, about, oh my God, how do I deal with the stress and the anxieties and stuff that are happening right now? Well, let's give you my list, okay? Because we don't want you to have this card, right? We don't want you to have that card this week or anytime. All right. So I have my little list here. And, you know, I actually wanted to talk psychology for a second here. So the first big thing when it comes to dealing with insomnia and dealing with the mind going and going and going has to do with setting boundaries in life, right? Oh, hi there, Erica. Hi, Nick. Just so you guys know, on Facebook, I don't see a lot of the comments, so if I don't say anything, it's just that I didn't see it. So, setting boundaries. Let's talk about setting boundaries. When you actually, don't have your own set determined boundaries in your life, then, things are going to really just come down on you a lot. You're going to have a lot more stress when you don't set boundaries with other people and stuff. Like, turning off your phone at night so you don't answer the phone at 1 a.m., right? Or 2 a.m. or whatever. So just setting your own boundaries psychologically can help you. Also, setting boundaries as in, hey, what do I need out of this relationship? A lot of our insomnia comes from relationships, right? That's the big thing. It's always relationships. So let's say you haven't said something to someone that you need to say. You feel a certain way and you haven't said something. And so you need to make sure that you get that out there and say it. And then, hey, how they deal with it, how they respond to it is up to them. But it gives you closure. When you set boundaries and you say what you need to say, what's on your mind and what's in your heart, and you say, you know what? I'm going to deal with this rejection, right? I was having this conversation with somebody today. I'm going to deal with this rejection or whatever this pain is going to be. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to put myself out there, and I'm going to have closure, and I'm going to set my boundaries for myself and my psychological well-being so that at night when you go to bed, you don't sit there and toss and turn with these thoughts of, well, if I say this and what if I say that? Say the honest truth. Say the truth. And when you speak your truth, you can sleep at night. You can sleep at night. When you don't speak your truth, that's when insomnia ensues. Okay? Hey, Linda. Hey, Dina. Okay, so that's the biggie, right? That's the biggie. If you're just joining, you definitely want to watch that first one. All right, so we're going on to number 2. Okay, so the second one, very important. I know this is going to sound very cliche, but exercise, okay? Exercise, when you exercise during the day, it actually drops your cortisol levels, okay? So cortisol is the stress hormone, and it is there to protect you. So when your cortisol levels go up, it's there to protect you. So let's say somebody's coming at you to fight you, or you're going to get in a car accident or something. Your cortisol shoots up. Your cortisol, it makes you fight or flight, right? It gives you the energy to go, oh, I gotta take care of myself. I gotta figure this out, right? Or I gotta, protect myself. That's cortisol. And when your cortisol levels are too high all the time because you're constantly like going, oh my God, I gotta protect myself. I gotta figure this out. Your cortisol levels are high. So if you exercise, it drops your cortisol levels immediately. So when you go out and you do some yoga or you some jogging or whatever it might be that you like to do, bike riding, dancing, whatever it might be, martial arts, do something physical and that will drop your cortisol levels. And I notice a huge difference when I don't exercise on a day. If I don't exercise that day, my cortisol levels are a little too high. I'm going to feel a little more agitated, a little more anxious. I'm thinking a little bit too much, especially if I don't meditate. That's number 3. Meditate. 15 minutes a day. Especially if you're having insomnia or a lot of thoughts, do it at night. So right before bed, you do about 10 to 15 minutes of just deep meditation work, the stuff I teach you guys, and that will actually drop your cortisol levels, lower your brain waves down to a slower rate, and you can fall asleep so much easier, and your good hormones are boosted right before bed. You have better dreams, and you wake up in a better mood, because the mood you go to bed in is usually the mood you wake up in. All right? So that's the big number 3 is meditation. In fact, number 4 ties right into that, which is ocean breath, also called bliss breath. And so if, let's say you didn't meditate and you're laying in bed and you're just trying to go to sleep and you don't want to get up and meditate for a minute, what you can do is a technique called ocean breath. And many of you know my technique of ocean breath. This is when you constrict your throat and then you sound like Darth Vader, right? This is my Darth Vader breath I always talk about. Hey, Gabriel. Control, yes, that's a big issue, and that has to do with letting go and setting boundaries and all of that stuff that I was talking to at the beginning. Okay, so ocean breath, though, you constrict your throat, and so I always say put your fingers here so that you can feel what this feels like when you constrict your throat. So all you're going to do is constrict your throat, and it's going to go. So you see that? That's why I have you put your fingers here, so you can feel it constrict. Okay, and so it sounds like Darth Vader, so it's very loud. You breathe as loud and as slow as you can through your nose, because your nose is warm air, creates warm air. If you use your mouth, it's cool air that cools you down. That's not good for trying to go to sleep. If you're trying to sleep, use your nose. And so ocean breath, you just go, and you can do that on a count. It's good to do like a 4 count in, hold your breath 4 count out, or 8. 8's another good one. 8 count in, hold your breath for 4, and 8 count out. And I fall asleep like that all the time. I'll feel a little stressed. I'm like, because I meditate before bed. A lot of times I meditate in the morning. And I'll be like, oh man. And so all I'll do like 2 or 3 ocean breaths and I am asleep. I am passed out. Okay, so it is a great way. Hey, Tanya, it is a great way to fall asleep. Okay? So let's try it again, everybody. So take a deep breath in. We'll count to 8. That's how you do ocean breath, okay? If you have any questions about ocean breath or anything, just let me know. Those are some of my top ways to get good sleep. Now, I have some other tools for you guys that are still having trouble after you try those techniques, or you just want an easier way. Okay, so the next one is my coffee cruda homeopathics, okay? So there's 2 homeopathics I'd recommend. And the first one is, I like the coffee cruda. Coffee cruda, you get this, I get this at Whole Foods. You can get it at any health food store usually. I used to sell it at Debbie's Health Foods. It's the boron, B-O-I-R-O-N, okay? But it's coffee cruda. I thought it was crudea, but it's cruda, I guess. Hey, Pam! So these are little teeny tiny homeopathic sugar pills. So you stick them under your tongue. You stick 5 or 6 at a time. It says on here how many. You put them under your tongue when you're going to sleep, and then you'll just fall asleep. And it's really great for sleeplessness. So if you have a hard time falling asleep, it'll help you fall asleep. It relaxes you. Homeopathics are very interesting. They work really well. I use this all the time. I have to buy new bottles all the time because I love this stuff. It just relaxes me at night. I just fall right asleep. And this is Bach Rescue Remedy, one of my other favorites for stress and anxiety. If you're having stress, you guys, this right here, let me put it up here for you. The Bach Rescue Remedy. You can just, you can get this at any health food store. You can also go and order it on Amazon. Okay, Bach Rescue Remedy, and this is for stress, and it is awesome. This stuff, you just take a little spray bottle, and you spray it on your tongue. That's it. And it's a homeopathic. So it's completely natural, will not hurt you. Homeopathics are wonderful. So that is my, was that my 5th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, magnesium. Magnesium is awesome. Here we go. Oh, wow, you haven't slept in a couple days? Well, hopefully some of my tips will help you out. This is chelated magnesium, 200 milligrams. I take one of these with dinner at night, and I eat dinner really late. I actually haven't eaten dinner tonight yet. So I still sleep fine when I eat late at night, but that's me. I usually eat around 11 or 12 at night, sometimes even 1 a.m. I'll eat dinner. But I'll take a magnesium when I eat my dinner, or if you have a late night snack or something that you like to have, then take the magnesium with that. And the magnesium will help you fall asleep. It will help relax you, relaxes your muscles, and makes you tired. So magnesium is a very necessary thing if you are having insomnia. I highly recommend magnesium. Oh, you're used to sleeping aids. Yeah, you need to get your body back into balance with some good meditation work at night and stuff. So that 15 minutes at night and magnesium, homeopathics, that'll help you. Hey there. All right, lavender is my other favorite. I use almost every single night when I go to bed. Oh, what brand is that? That is Morning Pep. Morning Pep. I just got anything. I got this on Amazon. Morning Pep. Just look up chelated magnesium, C-H-E-L-A-T-E-D. Chelated. I buy chelated magnesium because it's a better form of magnesium. It breaks down easier in your stomach. I like it. It's more powerful. So this right here is 100% lavender. I get the Now brand from Whole Foods. They have it. And I think they have it at Chamberlain's and some other health food stores. And you can buy this online as well on Amazon. Yeah. So the lavender is wonderful, though. You want to get the real good stuff, the good essential oil. Don't get the crap. Don't get the synthetic stuff. You want to get the real essential oil. And what you do is, oh, I should have grabbed my diffuser. But I use a little candle diffuser, so a little tea light candle diffuser. You can get them in any health food store or online anywhere on Amazon. Just, you get the little one. They're about that big. I wish I had it here with me. And it has, like, on the top, it has, like, a little dish. And underneath it, it has an area where you put a little tea light candle. And I always get the ones that have the metal and then the little tea light inside because, you know, that way you just pull it out and you put another one in the next day. Yeah. And, yeah, you definitely want to stay very far away from alcohol because alcohol actually raises your blood pressure, and that's really bad for sleep. It will knock you out if you get drunk, but then it will cause you to depend on it, and it will cause even more stress to your body and more anxiety to your body the next day, which will make it harder for you to sleep the next day. Okay, so that's why alcoholics, they have to drink to fall asleep because their blood pressure is so high all the time. So lavender, though, is great. Put about 5 to 10 drops of lavender in a little dish of water, and you put the tea light underneath it. And that will knock you out. It's awesome. I use this every night just about. Every once in a while, I'll skip it if I'm really tired and I just don't, you know, feel like I even need it. With the lavender, I also I like to throw in some rose essential oil because I love the smell of roses. And then I also put eucalyptus, especially if you have any allergies. or peppermint. Sometimes they do all 4 or 5 even. But peppermint essential oil is wonderful, and also the eucalyptus, they help if you're breathing and stuff at night. So if you have a cough or anything like that, it will help you to breathe. Okay, let's see. Oh, B vitamins, okay? The B vitamins, especially like folic acid and stuff, will help stress levels. So if you take a B vitamin during the day, a couple of B vitamins maybe even, you know, take a B complex. You can get B vitamins for stress, and you can just get a B complex, whichever you want. And B vitamins help your stress levels come down naturally, and that will help you sleep better at night. So B vitamins are awesome. Definitely some B vitamins if you're having a lot of stress in your life. Okay, so I'm on to the last 2. All right, guys, we're on number 9. Oh, hot chamomile tea. I've never tried that to sleep. I've never really did the teas to sleep. I have all these other things. But the 9th one is, this is not a very natural one, but it's something that when I've gone through some bad, you know, crisis and stuff, I used, when you go to Walmart or any of those types of stores, they have sleeplessness pills. So they're very similar because they have the sleeplessness homeopathics, but it's sleeplessness pills. And they're about $1.50 for a few of them. And you just take one of the sleeplessness pills. Don't get the ones that knock you out. Get the ones for sleeplessness. They make you drowsy, and so they keep you asleep at night. But you do wake up a little drowsy the next day. Hello. Hey there. Hey, Chantel. Yeah, so the sleeplessness pills from Walmart, they work really good, and that's not very natural, but it's not bad either. It's not a real bad one, and it doesn't get you addicted, and it doesn't knock you out or anything. Yeah, I definitely recommend the sleeplessness pills if you're having a bad, you know, stressful time or something. It can really help. The last one is actually a combination of a few things. The last one is listening to YouTube stuff. Like, you can listen to other stuff. It doesn't have to be YouTube. I actually have a progressive relaxation on my YouTube channel. If you want to listen to this progressive relaxation, you can listen to that. But some other things are, you can listen to other people that have hypnosis for sleep, and they have 8 hours of hypnosis for sleep. So it keeps you to sleep, and they program you with all these like wonderful things. You're going to feel wonderful, and you know, you feel so good, and you're so relaxed. And so they just, you know, say these things in very, very light voices. And that helps you to sleep and stay asleep. And I've used them, and they work really good. Another one with the YouTube videos and stuff is sleep sounds. I actually found out about this. I never even thought about doing it. But the other night, somebody got me into doing this. It was, you turn on sleep sounds. You look up on YouTube sleep sounds, and you could do like anything natural. You can do rain. You can do a thunderstorm. You can even do like a pirate ship. They have all kinds of fun stuff. You can probably find just about anything on there, but they actually help you fall asleep and stay asleep. It works. I tried it out a couple of times over the past week because I thought it was pretty cool. The soft voice guy and Chrissy and turn the YouTube. Yeah, it's wonderful. Another one is Yoga Nidra. If you go to YouTube and you type in Yoga Nidra, which is yoga and then Nidra, that will knock you out as well. I remember going to a tantric class over in Fort Lauderdale a few months back, about 6 months ago. I was getting a certification, and at the end of the day, they were like, they had us do all this stuff, and one of the things they had us do was we all laid down, and they started doing Yoga Nidra with us, which is, it's kind of like hypnosis. It's kind of like guided meditation, and the group that I was with, we all just fell asleep. We knocked out like that. And it was funny because one of the guys in our group was like, "Hey, wake up, you guys, what are you doing?" So it will make you pass out. It's wonderful. And I have a friend on here, Dina, that actually told me about Yoga Nidra even, I think it was before I ever even went to that workshop 6 months ago. Yeah, that's about it, actually. Now, I have a few people on here that are saying weed and alcohol. Yes, thank you, Dina. I hear a dog barking. Weed and alcohol actually are pretty bad for you in a lot of ways. They stress the body, and so I don't recommend getting hooked on something like that. Those are addictive substances. Weed is addictive psychologically, and it can be physically addictive to a degree because your body will start relying on it. And what happens is you boost your hormones, and then the next day your hormones drop. And then you're not at homeostasis anymore, and so you need some more of it to boost them back up. And then you start losing serotonin and stuff. So I don't recommend doing that type of thing, any weed or alcohol to sleep. It's really not good for your body. And I talked about alcohol at the beginning. But I hope my advice worked for you guys. I would love to hear some feedback from you. Please try out some of my techniques. Meditate for 15 minutes before bed. Exercise. Get some lavender. Get some of this box remedy. Get you some coffee crudea, some magnesium and B vitamins. You're going to feel so much better. Trust me. It helps me tremendously. So I'm a natural healer, and those are my natural ways, and I hope that helped you all. Yes, Xanax is somebody else was talking about Xanax. Yeah, it is extremely addictive. You can become addicted to Xanax within a few days, and that's why they don't usually even give it to people anymore. They'll give it to you for like a phobia for getting on the airplane. They'll give you very, very low doses of it because Xanax is not a fun thing to withdraw from. It's very hard to get off of because once you get addicted to it, you'll start having major anxiety and you'll need it all the time. And it'll also give you major, major headaches and make you very sick. And it can be very fatal, especially if you have a drink with it. I actually know somebody that died from Xanax. So I don't recommend Xanax at all. Yeah, lavender, you guys, is wonderful, and coffee cruda. You know, if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. If you try some of my techniques, I'd love to hear back from you and see how they work for you because they work wonderful for me. They keep me asleep. So I have a lot of stress in my life. So hey, Rachel, attention disorders? Attention disorders. Meditation is supposed to help with that. Other than meditation, I'm not real sure. I just know meditation works for that. I'm not sure what else could, though. Oh, cool. April says there's Relax Melodies on your app on your phone. So Relax Melodies. That's cool. Thank you, April. Yeah, there's so many cool things out there. Try out some of the YouTube videos. I love them because even if I'm not having a hard time sleeping, I just like listening to them because I'm like, oh, this is nice. And I just fall right asleep. Hey there. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad y'all joined. Yoga Nidra, lavender, yeah, are awesome. Bath salts are great too. Yeah, I do foot baths at night, but I do that for my endometriosis. But doing a foot bath with the bath salts, it has the magnesium in it, and it helps relax you. So that's really good too. Throw a little lavender in there for you can get them at Walmart, the little tubs where you put your feet in them. It has a little massager and stuff, and you put a little lavender and some bath salts, and it's awesome. I do that foot bath stuff all the time. Oh, yeah. Pam, so you use the essential oils. Yeah, I love them. I use them every day. Sleep meditation hypnosis. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Yeah, that's a great one. I've used it myself when I went through some real stressful times. I actually went to YouTube and typed in hypnosis for sleep, hypnosis for anxiety, hypnosis for dealing with anger. Because when you get real angry about something, they can help reprogram you so that you can let go of that stuff. It's wonderful. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Any last questions? Love and light, everybody. I don't see any questions popping up, but sometimes I jump off and then I'm like, oh, there was questions. I just didn't see them because of Facebook and how it works. Oh, timer. Oh, cool. Thank you, Greg. Another good app is Insight Timer for sleep meditation, hypnosis, and guided meditations. Insight Timer. Cool. Yeah, thank you, Chrissy. You'll be in Florida tomorrow, Thomas. What? What? Are you coming down for the your television show thing? You better come see me this time, Thomas. Keep coming to Florida and not seeing me. Flagler. Oh, you're looking at Flagler. Oh, cool. Are you going to be here for a couple days? I love to see my lightworker friends. When you're in town, you gotta come see me. I will drive to Flagler to see you. Alright, guys. Well, y'all have a wonderful night. Sleep well, and I will talk to you soon. I'll see you on our Monday night forecast, and I hope to see you all in Vibe Tribe so we can talk. We all support each other and help each other out. And that's how I got the idea from this, is because Gabriel was talking the other day. Okay, cool, Thomas. Yeah, good night, guys. Gabriel was talking on Vibe Tribe about his insomnia and wanted us to give some insight, and I was like, oh, well, these are all the things I do. And then I realized everybody was talking about it, and I was like, I should totally share this with everybody, because I don't know, I have all my techniques, but I never really think about, doing a video on it. So here you go. Thank you, Linda. Insight timer is awesome, Pam. Thanks. Cool. All right, everybody. Thomas, text me. Bye, you guys. Have a good night.